How do you feel about how far you're taking this into the British public? How do you feel you're getting on with it?
Okay,
How do you feel that they're receiving your message?
I think UKIP MEPs make more noise than probably any other of the party's MEPs. So we do tend, I think, to be listened to, but we don't get our opportunities because the BBC definitely do block us off the box. I mean, if you think that we came second in the EU elections in June right across the country, in this area we came first in Dudley, we came first in North Walsall, we came first in the Stoke area and North Staffordshire area, we came first in lots of different areas. And then, of course, it's all over now. We hardly got any publicity about how well we'd done, really. In fact, they were more interested in the BNP, who didn't even come anywhere. They got a couple of seats because they just happened to be on the edge. We've got all sorts of people standing for us. I mean, Rusty Lee stands for us. Everybody. We've got all sorts of Asian candidates in Birmingham, across the board. And why not? Because we want to trade with the world, not Europe. It's in the interests of those people that have settled here over generations, who understand their cultures, to take that into the world and do trade with those countries and help us improve our economy. That's how our economy's always worked. But anyway, I've seemed to have escaped the question. We could do a lot better if the BBC weren't as biased as they are. I asked the question of the BBC, are you going to declare your funding from the EU? Because the Times reported that they were getting a lot of funding, and it's thought to be more than £200 million in funding from the EU. And my question was, if there is funding there at that level, what are the strings? Because there's usually strings from the EU. It's usually, and you will educate people about the EU. You know, you will do this, you will do that. And I was just interested to know that, but they have never replied.
Do you see the following for UKIP expanding?
It cannot be denied that we do well in the European elections, and then when the general election comes, we don't do so well because people go back to their own old parties. What they've got to wake up and realise is there aren't any old parties left. There's no such thing as a Labour Party. There's no socialists left. There's a few like Claire Short, but she's shouted down. It's one party in Parliament. It's called the Lib Lab Con, and they're all in the middle ground trying to steal your vote. That's it. There isn't any split on it anymore. We're more socialist now than the Lib Lab Con. I mean, we believe things like, let's renationalise railways.
Can you name a country within the EU that actually stipulates what you just mentioned about being in charge of the round services and, you know, the toll roads and the railway?
Most of them are happy to cooperate with one another. You've got to remember what kind of a thing this is, and remember who we are. We're the sixth largest economy. Within the EU, you've got Germany, which is the third largest economy in the world, and you've got the French, who are just ahead of us. So, sorry, the Germans are now the fourth largest economy. I forgot about China. So the Germans and the French are ahead of us. Now, they tend to think they're controlling this thing. Barroso called this the new European empire. That's what he called it in the Parliament to us, the new European empire. So that's how they see it from a political point of view. Now, if you're running an empire, it's a good idea, again, to run it from the centre. And Germany's in the centre, and France these days is very pally with Germany, or tries to be. And between the two of them, they've got it sorted, because they think they're going to share the power base. And of course, the French are taking all the subsidy on agriculture, so they find it a very, very useful thing. Now, you say, does anybody want to leave? Well, the Greeks must be feeling the heat at the moment, not just through the sunshine, but through the economy. I think there's a lot of Portuguese that are very unhappy at the moment. The Irish haven't really worked out what happened, because that was supposed to be the European tiger economy. Well, I'm sorry, but something happened to that tiger economy. It's fallen flat. They'll feel the pinch.